cause I'm back again. I'm reloaded.
What's up, everybody? It's your guy Swin. So a lot of people constantly ask me all the time, how do I find my loads? What load boards am I using? So I use two that everybody know about. I use Truck Stop and DAT. As you can hear my song Reloaded, I say that in the first verse. Truck Stop, DAT. Selectors, I go ham, I go APE. So I use DAT. I go on there, and I like DAT because it allows you to save loads in the work list. Sometimes you still can get a load even if it goes unlisted. If it's something that you save because you favorite it or you're interested in it, you can call back. The person that they assigned to that load might have failed through. They couldn't come up with the insurance, or they couldn't haul the load, so it's still good to save and call. So I use DAT. I use Truck Stop. I got the basic accounts. Truck Stop also, I use them. DAT seems to be a little bit more user friendly to me, but I like them both. I get about an equal amount of loads off of each one. But let's see, the majority, where I get a lot of my loads from is IVIA, the IVIA app. It's a load board that I have access through a logistics company, and they use selectors. So I have access to the selectors loads through this company. Selectors charges like you had to have a authority, and for DAT, Truck Stop, selectors, you had to have an authority. I know selectors, it required you had to spend a certain amount of money a month, and you had to have a certain amount of vehicles. From what I used to know, it was like you had to have at least 3 vehicles. The authority had to be a year old, and it was like $500 a month, and then a certain amount of money for each additional vehicle. Yeah, they did some changing for because of COVID. They made it where you can have 1 vehicle, but it was still $500 a month. And so instead of me paying that $5, I just access it through this logistics company called Millhouse. But you still have to have I sign on as a carrier, so I still had to have my authority to sign up with them. And my authority had to be 90 days old to sign up with Millhouse. You know? So then I also drive time to time under other carriers and haul under their MCs to find work. I haven't gotten any dedicated lanes yet or contracts, but I'm talking, I'm negotiating, I'm reaching out, I'm going to companies, I'm passing out my cards. One thing that's good, gotta have a business card, man. Gotta have a business card. And if you can too, man, have a website up. Have somewhere where people can go and get to you and see what you're doing or get in contact with you. Leave something with them that's memorable, you know. So if you see my business card, it's got my contact information, my business name, and on the back side of it, it's got my music link. You know. So people get a kick out of $1 million bill. You know. So and then the other companies I haul through, they have their own load boards, like you heard me say before. They have their own load boards. TQL, Circle Logistics, ArcBest, ABF. They have their own load board, so you access them. And then another thing too is, man, after you haul for these companies, you know, keep their information. If you've hauled loads in certain areas of the country, and you got load from this broker or whatever, keep the information. Call them back and say, hey man, how you doing, man? I'm out in this area. Blah, blah, blah. You haul for them, you already in their system. Ask them if they got anything in the area. That's what you're supposed to do. When you fill out these carrier packets, you call these companies, man, let them know you're available for the day, and ask them if they got anything in the area that you're in. That's what you do. So and that's how I find my loads, man. Some of the carrier companies, you know, I call them and tell them I'm available. They act like dispatch companies. They start looking for loads for me. They text message me or they call me and say, hey, we got this in the area. How much you want to bid on it? And while they doing that, I'm also looking on loadboards. I'm looking on the loadboards to find stuff for myself. I like to control where I'm going because, you know, I do have children, and I like to see my kids, you know, pass through and see my kids from time to time, control my schedule, control where I'm going, control like when I'm home, you know what I'm saying, and where I go. If I don't feel like being cold or it's bad weather somewhere, I like to control where I'm going. I don't want somebody telling me where I have to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, recently a sad thing happened. We had the tornadoes going through, snowstorms. So I was looking for things in the South. I kept my wheels spinning in the South. Is that always going to be the case? Nah, you're not always going to find freight where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? It's not always going to work that way. Another thing is, too, is that you can't always live by the load board. So that's why I'm looking for, trying to get some contracts, you know, a dedicated lane. So it's your guy, T Swin. I'm out. Holla at me. Like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification. Man, if you like the information, hit the like button, man. It's your guy, T Swin. I'm out. Boom.
Truck stop, DAT. Select this, I go ham, I go APE. Just give me the dope number, then I'm backing in. The shipper know me by my name, cause I'm back again.